Yo, what's going on, NRW peeps? It's your boy Glenn Lawrence, and we are back with another weekly update for you all. And we have some amazing movies to get into, to talk about. As you know, we do this every week. So check us out. Check out our website. Check us out, NRW on YouTube. And just check us out, man. We're constantly giving you crazy information, crazy content. You get to see me, you get to see my peoples, and it's just always a fun time, man. I am joined by the ever awesome Heather. Please don't hurt him. What is going on, dear?
Oh, same old over here.
Same old, and then never the same twice. Kuya P. He's always got a fresh cap on, always got some fresh swag on. What's going on, Kuya P?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I love the energy right now. I just love how we always have this wild energy exchange. It like goes up, goes down. It don't matter. We just having fun. I love it.
Listen, I was down like 2 seconds ago while we were just talking. I was very tired. I was about to take a nap, but then I got hyped up when I saw the
Hey, let's go.
But I got hyped up when I saw the pitch for this week, and I got excited seeing you all. But I got to catch up. We always got some new and interesting things going on every week. So Heather, first up, tell us what's been going on for you this week. What you got going on? And you know you got to give us something good you've been watching and something terrible that you've been watching.
I can't talk about it.
You pulling one of the screener deals because of all the screeners?
No. So in reality, the only thing I truly got to watch this weekend, because of just life and how everything works out in the end, we just make sure you hit the subscribe button, because we will have a really fun review that we actually just did. So catch that in a couple days. But honestly, and this is going to make me sound so nerdy, I think I mentioned it last week that I started at chapter number 1 for One Piece. So I'm doing a full reread of the almost 1100 chapters. So I have been completely nose in a book for the past week, and it's probably going to be for another 6 months.
How many chapters?
I think it was 1061 as of this week.
What?
Crazy.
What?
Love it. So good.
So
I love it. Can't wait for more.
Longer than War and Peace.
But this is something I've learned that is so One Piece is officially celebrating its 25th anniversary next year. And it is only the 21st longest manga of all time. There are still 20 other series that are longer than over 1,000 episodes and almost 1,100 chapters. So not even close to the longest.
I love it. All right. So wait, was that good or bad? Can you say that much?
I mixed case for what we got to watch, but
okay. So this constitutes both. Then,
yeah,
I guess is what you're saying. Interesting. Kuya P, I'm very interested. What you been up to, man?
Man, you always got something cool cooking. I was trying to get myself all together ready because you were coming to me, and I've been insanely busy. To the channel, a lot of content coming your way that I've been needing to turn and burn because I got other stuff that's going to stockpile over it, and if I don't give it its proper love, I'll forget it. So let me give love to this content that's coming your way. Already on the channel is my interview with Laith Knockley, who plays Uncle Nassim on Rami. That's on Hulu. Season 3 drops this September 30th. Great conversation with him. If you haven't seen Rami on Hulu, it's a great show. It's so much fun. I also interviewed May Kalamawi, who was the sister on the show, and we've also seen her as the amazing Scarab on Moon Knight. I lost my mind when we saw her just unleash those wings. If you recall from our reviews, I think you were on those, Glenn, as well. But I did with Heather. I was just loving me some May Kalamawi when she was on Moon Knight, but she's also the sister of Rami in Rami, and she's on the show as well. Fun time talking to her, and was kind of doing that inside joke. I was like, yo, your career is really taking flight, outside of Rami, so that was like my little, hey, what up, Scarab? Hey, how you doing? Great conversation with her. Fun convo there. I also have an interview dropping this week with a new Show Pal Show, episode 102, because I'm still working on episode 100. So I'm skipping around. Children's author Mariel Atancio, who wrote a book called Who Turned on the Sky. which covers a little bit of Philippine mythology. So great convo with Marielle. That'll be dropping this week. Also, who else did I talk to? Jonathan Mumm, who is the writer director of Blood of the Chupacabras and Revenge of the Chupacabras. That two Blu-ray DVD set is out and available this week. I actually have my copy right here as well because the studio sent it over to me. I got it in advance along with some other films that, as I was saying on the last weekly, I think I'll be having hopefully Heather over and Glenn over because we got a bunch of advanced Blu-rays in stock that we got to watch. They Crawl Beneath, Blood of the Chupacabras, Revenge of the Blue Chupacabras, and Frost. We're getting stuff in advance, people. We're getting our game up so we can talk about these things, and hopefully I'll have the squad over so we can give you these reviews in advance as well before they come out to the people. And a bunch of stuff I just booked that I'll be busy all week. But outside of that, Love and She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. I'm gushing every week when Heather and I talk and give our review recaps because they're just good, man. I just can't talk enough on that. Because of the Rami interviews, I've been tuning into that so I could catch up on that show. That is a great show, and I'm excited for the season 3 to drop. But I've already seen them all as well since I got them in advance. So now I'm just waiting on season 4 while everybody sees season 1. Nice. Humble brag. I'm sorry. What else is good that I'm watching? Reservation Dogs, y'all. If y'all ain't watching Reservation Dogs on FX, that is a great show. I love the indigenous representation there, the stories. Man, there was a deep episode. Well, now it's a meme. I don't know if y'all been catching it on Twitter, but there was this really cool scene with one of the characters kind of just sitting at a desk, and then all of the spirits of family that had passed, like all around her. Just that's real talk right there, that no matter where we go, our people that came before are always with us. And that was just a great meme that is catching the spark and going viral online. And I hope that gets eyes to the show because they're doing some real amazing work on there, getting that indigenous conversation going there. Just a really great cast, great stories. Loving that show.
What was the representation they're getting there? What was the representation?
Indigenous representation,
okay.
brother.
Okay, because
I said that sounded like I said something different. Oh, my bad. I'm talking fast. I apologize.
I wasn't gonna say it, but then I saw Heather smiling too, and I was like, I gotta say it.
The boy's mumbling again. That boy mumbling.
There's so much excitement that he forgot some vowels.
You got a couple vowels in there you left out.
Well, thank you for keeping me on my toes, y'all. You know, y'all know how busy I am.
That's why I just threw it.
My brain is like going 100. So thank you for pulling me back so I can clarify.
Yeah, I definitely have to co-sign.
Oh, thank you, Glenn.
I definitely have to co-sign on the Reservation Dogs because I've been loving that show.
Yo, I would recommend Rami too.
Yeah,
to learn more about that side of culture as well. Rami's amazing.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And Mo, I don't know if you saw Mo.
I've been meaning to see Mo because Mo is on Rami as well.
Yeah,
like, I'm not sure if it's a spinoff or what, but Mo's hilarious on Rami, so I can't wait to watch Mo as well. Yeah,
Mo is great. It's good, and it's like it's one of those shows that is not it's not like campy or whatever. It's like really real. And halfway through watching, I'm like, yo, I feel like this is something that we have not seen represented on television.
That's what Rami's like, bro.
Ever. Yeah, so, exactly, man. All this stuff. I love seeing it. I remember watching an interview with the head of FX, and he was just going through like his list of shows or whatever, and it's like, yo, I think what happened is somebody called out all the networks in terms of their representation, in terms of like who were the showrunners and who were creating it. Everybody else, I think, was like a little bit upset about it or like, you know, kind of caused a stink. But the president of FX was like, yo, you absolutely right. And then made an effort to actually change it. Oh, you know what it was in? It was in a movie by Sigourney Weaver about female directors. I forget
I know
what it was called. I forget what it was called, but they were talking about the representation on their shows or whatever. And the head of FX, I wish I had these names. See, this is the problem. I know the things, but I don't know the names. This is why I need a fact checker real quick. You know what? We need to get a fact checker.
We need an intern. Shout out.
We need an intern.
If you
want to be on here, you just fact check, put it in the chats for us, all that type of good stuff. But anyways, he made a challenge to the whole team, and they started bringing in all this different content, all these different ideas. And one of the first pieces of that was Donald Glover doing Atlanta. That was like one of the first shows that, or one of the mini shows that they used to be like, all right, let's see how it works out. It started working out well, and then he just started opening up the floodgates and just started having a lot more shows, a lot more different points of view, a lot more female directors, a lot more indigenous directors. You know what I'm saying? Like he just opened, and then it just made it awesome, man. So shout out to FX. You know what I'm saying? FX, if you want a relationship, holler at us. You know what I'm saying? We would love to get some of those interviews, especially with the cast of Reservation Dogs, especially with the cast of Atlanta, if you want to do that too.
Well, we do have a relationship, but because we've been so busy, we haven't fully reached out even more. Yeah. So I will just let you know, brother. You just gotta let me know. And we'll make that happen. Because I've already started. Now that I've become, that's why the Rami thing happened. And so now, I definitely want to show them more love and hopefully have some of the cast of Reservation Dogs on, and especially Atlanta as well. Yeah, just there's a lot of great programming that's coming, and bro, they're killing it. I love that we're getting
just a ton of fun stuff coming, and a lot of different viewpoints are coming out, and I just shout out to them for doing it. So man, that's good. Have you watched anything terrible?
You know what? I've been fortunate enough there's not anything I can knock right now. Okay. I've been choosing wisely, and I will say what I would knock, I can't say because of embargo reasons.
They holding you down.
Something we've watched. What would you?
I don't think anything with you and I yet, Heather.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll keep your secrets.
I won't say. I'll let you know.
As Frodo would say, fine then, Kuya P, keep your secrets.
Just like that with the keep your secrets.
Keep your secrets. Well, I guess it's me then. Let's see. What have I been doing? Well, I will tell you this. It's not on any of the streaming platforms, and that's because this comedian wanted to maintain the purity and rawness of his comedy. I watched the Andrew Schulz special, Infamous.
I just watched that today.
It just came out on YouTube. And fire. I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. He really went for it. And it's just a beautiful thing when someone can use their craft and they don't have to water it down for the, networks or whatever. Although, we love the networks here or whatever, but sometimes y'all do want stuff to be watered down. Content that's not watered down is amazing. And that's what people want. They want that authenticity. Nobody's pronounced. They want that authenticity. Authenticity. They want it. You know what I'm saying? So it was awesome to see that special. It's called Infamous. It's on your YouTubes right now. It was really great. Self-produced, self-distributed. BetOnline.ag is like the one of the producers of it that helped it come to everybody and helped get it out there into the ether. Really great special. If you're a fan of comedy, you're not somebody that's looking to be offended and you just want to sit there and laugh for like a straight hour. Great special. I really enjoyed it. Really have fun with it. What else am I watching? I mean, I'm watching a bunch of shows. Of course, I'm watching Dem Dragons, as they say in my culture. We watching Dem Dragons. It's been great. It's been wild. They're doing all kind of time jumps. If I had to say that I've been watching something that I'm like I really like it, bro. But I'm just thank you. I like it, but I feel like they're making some time jumps that I'm just like, what? It's almost like Whiplash, because they're making time jumps, and then some characters are the same, but then some characters are like recast, and I'm like, but wait, why that? Which I don't understand where the recast. Okay, whatever. Anyway, Dem Dragons has been good. I've been really enjoying that. What else? I think that's about it that I have seen, because I haven't watched too much out of the box, you know what I'm saying? So that's about it. But Infamous, that definitely is my shout out of the week.
Yo, I saw it today as well, brother. I've been a fan of his on other podcasts he's been on, like Tiger Belly and Bad Friends. But I've been digging Andrew Schultz as a making appearances, but never just saw like his act. And I tuned into that as well today, and just hilarious. So I definitely echo you on that, man.
Maybe want to step
give
up
an extra shout out to you there on that. But what was on the negative side though? Was there anything negative for you?
Just House of Dragons, man. That's the
them dragons.
House of Dragons
still slightly negative because of the time jumps.
Like I'm really liking it, but the time jumps are fine. But I think that what's weird is like they recast, somebody because I guess they're supposed to be older. But then it doesn't really like make sense because some of the characters are exactly the same as it's like some characters didn't age, but then some characters were too old, so they had to be recast. And I'm just like, wait, where's the line? Like you didn't make this character look any older, but you made this character a totally different person because they had to look older. And that's a little bit confusing. But the story I'm still really digging. I'm still really enjoying it. I'm interested to see where it goes. But there are a couple of those choices I'm just like, what's going on? Plus, I know y'all know that I had problems with the first Game of Thrones and how it ended. As a matter of fact, I did a whole speech on what I thought should have happened for the end of Game of Thrones, the first season. I was like, here's what should happen. Here's how it should go down. And what I said, I think was dope. If I was in the writer's room, I would have pushed for it. And I feel like the fans would have really liked what I came up with. As a matter of fact, I should find that video and throw it up on the NRW just to be like, hey guys, this is what should have happened with Game of Thrones. But it's old and I'm like on my bed, you know what I mean? So it's a little awkward, but you know what I mean? It's a good story.
We thrive in awkward. So
yes,
you should do it.
I should do it. I think I'll put it. I'm not shirtless or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like the titties ain't out. So, it's anywho. So that is our roundup of what everybody else is doing. Now it's time to get to my picks this week. We've had some great picks from Kuya P the last few weeks. We have some great picks from Heather. Don't hurt them the last few weeks. And I think that these picks are going to continue in that vein. So I'm very excited. So excited that I actually gave you an extra little something to put on top, just a little cherry to put on top, a little extra something. So I got an honorable mention, and that honorable mention is the Munsters movie. Let's check it out.
The back!
I can relate.
Rob Zombie, dude.
Action.
Gotta love Rob Zombie, huh?
This is going to shock you.
I love the flip.
The moment I laid eyes on you that you were special.
Uh-huh.
Would you like to come over for dinner one night?
Please hold. He's got a date!
It seems Miss Lily is truly
Frankenstein,
in love.
huh?
Oh, Hermie.
Hey, numbskull!
When they made me, they broke the mold!
With you in it, I presume!
No! I think I was out by that point!
We gotta get rid of that bozo Herman Munster. He's not the type of person I want my Lily with.
Uh-oh. Oh, look at that. Sherry Moon Zombie's in there. Okay.
Elvira.
For a second, I
Is
thought
that
this
what I
was Bitch
think
Patrick.
it is?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So it's on Blu-ray as well. I thought it was also coming in like a streaming service.
It'll be on Netflix. It's
Oh,
on
okay.
Netflix and DVD.
Interesting. So as you can see, I gave it an honorable mention because Rob Zombie has made some great horror films, some really wild and crazy movies. And I just thought I'd throw a nod to this. I didn't think it was good enough to be in the picks for this week, but I thought people should be aware that, hey, Addams Family got a new little spinoff with Wednesday coming out. You should check out Munsters the movie because they got a new one coming out too. So honorable mention. What do you guys think?
I agree. Yeah, definitely. It's kooky, fun. Sometimes, and we're getting into that Halloween season, so why not? Yeah.
Heather, don't hurt him. What's up?
All right. Sorry. Snort right there. I love love the Munsters. I'm very excited for this film. I'm curious to see. The original trailer was kind of a prequel. Like, it was supposed to do it before the film. So I'm curious to see if this is supposed to be a prequel to the series. They don't have kids, so curious.
Yeah, that's weird. I always wondered, Frankenstein. I can't imagine Frankenstein knocking those platform boots. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that was weird. But hey, it is what it is. I'm interested to see when the kids come out, once the actual series come out. Is Rob Zombie doing the series too?
No, it's just a movie. It's just a movie.
Okay.
No, the series, which was in 2012, when we lost it, we had some really great options, but we were not ready for a Munster series at the time.
We were not. Was it Halloweenish?
Oh, it was very much a modern Munsters. I strongly suggest that the first episode, the premiere episode, is available, I think, on Hulu. You can go watch it. It was Eddie Izzard played Grandpa, and it was great. And we missed out on some good content, but at least we got something now. So,
well, what about you, Kuya P? You liking it? You want to check out the Munsters?
Yeah. This was before our time, but I do remember it, fondly, and it was fun, kooky fun, and I'm getting into that Halloween mode right now. As Heather mentioned earlier, we have a review, and actually, it's, I think, one of your picks. It is one of your picks that is going to be on the channel for a film that I never saw the original, and so because of my enjoyment of the film, I'm gonna go check that one out. So, but we'll get into that when you get to that pick.
Okay. Well, I'm sure I was going to do a stupid segue that was talking about how much beer you drink or whatever, because our next pick is about greatest beer run ever. I could have did a better segue, but you know what? I didn't want to. I just wanted to jump into it. Let's quick segue, switch it up. Let's check out the greatest beer run ever.
Because this is what beer is for. That's what you're getting at.
Yes.
Let's go.
I'm going to Vietnam, and I'm bringing a beer!
Are you ready?
What are we doing?
We're gonna run for our lives.
I like how they're doing this trailer.
We're halfway home. Halfway?
I'm Chicky Donahue, and I am not supposed to be in Vietnam.
Hey, get your ass out of bed, you lazy bum. Look at you, sleeping your life away.
Look at these scumbags. Hey, you're embarrassing yourself and you're embarrassing your family.
Do these protesters not know that our soldiers see that on TV? I'd like to go over to Vietnam, track down all the boys in the neighborhood, and give them a beer.
I could do that.
Do what?
Bring in beer.
He's not serious. He's hammered. Look at him.
The man's stone sober. That's his fifth beer, maybe, tops.
I'm going to Vietnam, and I'm bringing a beer!
I mean, to be fair, 5
Chief,
years
no
isn't
chance you have
enough.
a ship heading to Vietnam.
1,700 hours.
Tonight? It's not gonna be easy.
But I'm gonna show them that this country is still behind them.
You're gonna get yourself killed over there.
It's like you said, everyone's doing something. I'm doing nothing.
Smuggling beer into a war zone? That's not the smartest thing I've ever heard of. It's certainly not the worst either.
What if you start up here with Collins?
Just came to deliver a sudsy thank you card.
And then, if you're still alive,
You American? New York. Thanks a lot.
you can hustle down to Dugan.
Ta-da!
Tricky.
I brought you beer.
You shouldn't be here.
You think this is funny?
I'm not doing this for laughs. I'm doing it for all you guys.
Come on, time to go.
Is it over?
Yeah, you're dead.
You don't get it, do you, chick? This isn't a John Wayne movie where you know the good guys are and you know the bad guys are.
I didn't come all this way just to quit.
Somebody's got to be here to see what's going on. I want the truth told. For them. They're just kids.
You're gonna find out it's a lot harder to get out of a war than it is to get into one.
I'm trying to show them that somebody back home is still behind them.
You got a good heart, Chicky. It's your brains I'm worried about.
Who's this hand job?
It's my next door neighbor. He brought me a beer.
Hi.
Yeah. So there it is. Greatest beer run ever. I have thoughts, many of them, but we're going to start. Who wants to go first? Just slowly raise your hand if you want to go first, talking about the greatest beer run ever. No one.
Flip a coin.
Sure. You laughed first. You broke a smile first. Wait, was that a raise, Heather? Or was that a raise?
No, that was me flipping a coin. I was saying flip a coin.
No, Kuya P laughed first. Kuya P, what are you thinking?
I have a lot of thoughts. I think history needs to be told, but I also think Hollywood has a certain view on the Vietnam War, and the rest of the world has a certain view on the Vietnam War. That we need to confront the ugliness of history, and then how Hollywood has also glamorized certain aspects of certain confrontations, occupations, if you will, that I think is very problematic. I think that giving this isn't the I don't need another film that's going to glamorize white men and their decision to go to war and or really occupy countries that didn't ask them to come over is something I'm fond of. I think while it is interesting and it was something that happened and was based on real history, I think we need to know more of the ugly side that is very real and is not known enough, especially in regards to the Vietnam occupation. I'll leave it at that.
There we go. Okay. And Heather, I feel like you have thoughts too. Tell us, please share.
To go along with Kuya P, stories are told by the victors, except we didn't actually win that war. So just gonna say, and with that agreement, it's one of those where it looks like it's going to be an interesting take on the masculine opinion of war, and because if you're looking at it from, to try and twist it in a little bit, if you're looking at it as we have romanticized war in a very negative, in a very whitely victorious way, but it also has given many people the wrong inclinations about war. It's Saving Private Ryan. It's it's Forrest Gump. It's all of these terribly dark spots that no matter if you win or lose, you are losing if you are on the battlefield. And so I'm curious to see if they are going to glamorize, because even though it's kind of coming from a comedy perspective, it looked like it didn't seem like they were trying to shield anything. They were basically going, you fucked up by coming here. And I would be curious to see if they actually talked on that notion.
See, this is it. This is exactly why I picked this film, because I too am very, very curious about the slant that they are going to take with it. When I first saw the trailer, I was kind of like, another glamorization of military occupation and all that type of stuff. But then once I started watching it, and we've been doing a lot of trailer breakdowns and looking at it, and every scene that they put in there and everything that they put in the trailers, when a trailer is done well, is actually giving you a little piece of the story that you might that you can take into the movie, or that helps define what the movie kind of is going to be, or what the arc is going to be. You get the movie in a short snippet here, and I feel like this movie is going to show us a little something about all of ourselves that maybe we haven't analyzed or thought about. So I am optimistic that it is going to be from a viewpoint that maybe will make us rethink what it is to be an American, to be on the outside of some of these conflicts that we're not necessarily in. You know what I mean? We're just living our lives, enjoying our lives or whatever, but then it's like, oh wait, you got to jump into it, and like the guy said, it's easy to get into a war but harder to get out, which is a great metaphor for even the troops being in there. So I'm very interested to see how they play it, because when I first saw the trailer, I was like, I can't believe they're going to turn it into like a joke or whatever. but after watching the trailer, doing a little analyzation for, you know, what we were going to do here, I was like, hold on, this might actually surprise us in terms of what it, you know, is supposed to be, because it seems like it's marketed to like what you're talking about, like that bro-y, yay, pro, blow it up kind of demographic, but with the caliber of actors in it and, you know, kind of the weight that they've given to it, I think it might give pause, it might give some thought. So that's why I put it in, because I'm very curious about it. I'm reserved. I still am I'm understanding what your guys are saying, and or what you all are saying, and I very much think that could be a problem if it's not handled in that way. But I'm very curious to see if it is handled with the better narrative or slant or idea. So I'm very interested. I'm very curious. So I feel that. That was what my thought
I guess
was.
my expression and was echoed by you all as well, which I appreciate, that it's a serious thing, and that there are going to be real people that feel a certain way about this. So I appreciate both your point of views, that because it listening to both you guys, it echoed mine, but just giving it some more openness to it, which I am as well. But at the same time, just out front though, just letting people know that there are people that are going to feel a certain way and offended by this. But yeah, because I am akin to watch it. But just let it be known, y'all been well, not y'all, but you know, Hollywood has glamorized this time period, and it's time to get real about it. And so I appreciate y'all having that perspective and feeling that about that.
And the big thing is like it's like based, and who knows how much of the story is true or isn't. I didn't go that far in terms of my research. I probably will in seeing the film. But you know, being based on a true story, like, you know, it's very interesting to see that somebody might try to do these type of things, because it actually also goes into like, you know, the whole like mercenary thing, because, you know, I like, you're thinking it's a war zone, but if someone could just charter a flight and just hang out, like go there, it's like, wait, I didn't think you could do that. I thought it was like, you know, like military's here, you gotta, if you could just be a civilian who just like, I'm going to wander in here. So that's interesting too. I'm very interested to see about it. It's a period of history that I'm kind of interested about for all the reasons that we talked about here. I hope that it's handled in a very professional manner, with some insight into the era. So I'm very interested, and it's dealing with real people, which is a great segue into our next pick.
Good segue.
Also dealing with real people and military occupations and military transgressions and whatnot. I'm very excited for this next pick, something that we may not have known, but I wanted to put it on y'all radar, and that is Argentina, 1985.
Vas a ser el fiscal del juicio más importante de la historia argentina.
Estando yo en mi casa, fui secuestrada. Me tuvieron encerrada meses.
Oh, wow.
La responsabilidad jerárquica es de las juntas. ¿Cómo demostramos que ellos sabían?
Esta es nuestra oportunidad.
Cuídate, Julio.
Cuídate.
Vas a meter preso a Videla.
A todos los responsables.
Lo único que te digo es que hay poco tiempo y solo no vas a poder.
¿En cuántos juicios estuviste?
Ninguno.
El 90% de los funcionarios de la justicia no quieren saber nada con este juicio.
99. Yo pienso que hay que buscar por otro lado, entonces.
¿Dónde? Chicos.
Sí. ¿Y si los funcionarios de carrera no quieren?
Entonces traemos a los que no tienen carrera.
Oh, wow.
Necesitamos demostrar que fue un plan sistemático. Que fue a lo largo de todo el país y durante los gobiernos de los 9 comandantes. En todo el país desaparecieron personas. Ellos son los responsables. Acá se trata de lo que el país necesita.
¿De qué tenés miedo, Julio?
De todo. De que todo esto es una trampa. De que les pase algo a ustedes. Se metieron en nuestra casa y tengo audiencia en 1 hora.
Policía, abre la puerta. Lo único que quiero saber, señor presidente, es si mi hija está viva o muerta.
lentamente, como para que no nos diéramos cuenta, una máquina de horror fue desatando su iniquidad sobre los desprevenidos y los inocentes. La historia no la hicieron tipo como yo.
That last line, history was not made by guys like me. So we already dealt with a very heavy subject, war, in a lighthearted manner with the greatest beer run ever. And this is something very similar, military and dictatorships and how they handle their citizens. But this is it seems like it's going to be a very heavy heavy telling of this story of Argentina 1985. I did not know about these trials. In the trailer, it was saying like these are some of the biggest trials since like the Nuremberg trials.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting, especially in the day and age that we're living in, where there's a question about whether you prosecute former leaders from your own country and how that is handled. And in this movie, it looks like they were trying to handle it against the will of a lot of people who support these dictators and whatnot. So it'll be very interesting to see what's going on here, but I don't want to go too deep into it. First, I would like to get your thoughts. Heather, Kuya P went first last time, you go first this time. What are your thoughts on Argentina 1985?
Well, this really got me thinking. Once again, I've never done this before. I'm going to step on a soapbox for a second.
She don't do this.
As a general reminder, it is time to make sure you are registered to vote. Register to vote. Register to vote. This midterm primaries is going to be a very, very, very important one. And if you are looking anywhere on social media, you will see that we are headed in a direction that could be very, very dangerous for minorities, for people of every caliber that is not a cis white man. And even, I'm not telling cis white men to not vote. I am telling everyone else to get up and vote, use your voice, be heard. You are the only way to make sure things like what we saw in that trailer do not happen, or that those who need to be prosecuted are prosecuted, is for us to use our voice. We are in a democracy. That is what we are supposed to do. All right, now I'm going to step off. That just really made me think about it. I'm sorry. I guess it's what films like that are supposed to do. They're supposed to make you think. They're supposed to make you really want to talk about what is currently happening and how things in the past are cyclical. Time is just a flat line that's folded up a whole bunch of times. I saw the trailer for this previously. This was actually something that Mac, you and I totally agreed with. It looks incredible. It's a story like many others, a story that needs to be told that far too many of us don't know, and I am very excited for this. I'm looking forward to it. So,
yeah, man. Kuya P, what are your thoughts? What are you thinking?
Echo everything that Heather said. Definitely go out there, get registered, vote. And like Heather, it made me think about everything else in the world. It's scary that it's so real. And what's also scary is that we're entertained by it, which is just an even sad state of affairs. I don't know if y'all feel that same way, where the scary real stuff entertains us and it's very interesting. And I'm curious about that kind of health dynamic in that regard, that we get entertained, because there's some commentary this past weekend in regards to the Dahmer documentary that we watched.
The romanticism of true crime.
Yeah, and I want to watch it, but also it's kind of just crazy, and that is that health dynamic that just kind of scares me. But it's also stuff that we find entertaining as well. But yeah, I want to see this. And like you were saying, Heather, and like you were saying, Glenn, I hope it pushes us to create change and inspires to avoid things like this from happening. So the whole time while I was watching that trailer, while it looks amazing, I definitely want to see it. I'm entertained by it, but I'm also scared by it. And I'm hoping that, real talk, and I don't get on soapbox like Heather does, because she never does. But I'm ready for the Duterte story for the Philippines, for something like this to finally happen. Although he was voted out of office, because he did his term, but his cronies still exist. We now have Bong Bong Marcos in the Philippines, who was from the evil Marcos regime that was involved with martial law in the Philippines. So like, I'm hoping for the eventual takedown of him, but it also made me think about January 6th. When can we finally take down fucking Trump? And I'm sorry, I'll say it admittedly, I can't stand that guy, but I'm waiting for like a similar story to be told about January 6th outside of the trials that we recently had that were very interesting that happened, but like the fictional story and hopefully the payoff that Trump is incarcerated. That's all that I've been thinking about. And I just want reality and people to start thinking about these things and putting these real criminals to justice. So that's all I can say about that. But great pick, Glenn. It provoked that thought, and which I'm hoping is what you're going for, and that I hope it creates change in the world.
Well, first of all, thank you for that. The reason why I did this pick is less about the trying to punish the people for this thing, even though it's like very, very important. My thing, like what got me is like that mom who's like saying like, I just want to know if my daughter's like alive or dead so I can like either grieve or stop, you know what I mean, worrying. And as a parent, felt that so much, and just thinking about the stories being told of like, someone going through something horrific. And even, with the Dahmer thing, it was like, there's a lot of people who were hurt outside of this. And there was a lot that went on that if you don't tell these stories, if you don't get these stories out, that story's never told. And what happens to all that, did those people go through it for nothing, not to have that their voice reverberate and echo throughout time and really be like a beacon to other people to, either make a change or notice something when it's happening, or at least just, their a memory of, something that happened to them, just that was so horrific. So, in addition to that, it looks like it was done marvelously. It looks like it was shot really well. It looks like it's going to be really interesting, and it's a sign of the times. You know what I mean? What do you do with these leaders who have committed atrocities? And that just is not reserved for Trump, as everyone gets very much upset about Trump. But I'd like to think about all the other presidents who have done terrible things. I think a million dead Iraqis, you know what I'm saying, like for what, you know what I mean, like it just brings to thought that, you know what I'm saying, those things, like what do you do with people who have ruled, and not even in our country, you know what I mean, like in other countries, like you were talking about in the Philippines and whatnot. And there's dictators all over the world. How do you bring people to account and everything, and just showing like who are the people who are going to carry this torch to make sure that those families that did have something so terrible happen to them, who's going to carry the torch and make sure that they get justice or get some type of closure to that situation. So that's why I wanted to put that in here. It was very, very heavy. I tried to slide us into it. With the greatest beer run, rather, start off with something harder like the Munsters, greatest beer run ever, get into this, which is super, super.
Glenn got us going through a railroad of emotions right now.
I do, man. I do. And this right here, it just looks like it's going to be good. I'm gonna have to grab some tissues or whatever and, strap in. I love reading about and watching things about history. I don't know if you guys ever saw the Che Guevara Guevara thing that Steven Soderbergh did, but that was great. And just looking at these historical pieces of times and
Definitely.
How governments were towards the people and basically the carnage that is caused by that, because who knows what the future holds. But with things like this, perhaps we have a roadmap on how to adjust it and have the strength and fortitude to see it through.
Agreed.
Woo. Yeah, man. So that was heavy. Luckily, your boy comes through, and I knew you were going to be in an emotional doldrum, so I thought I would pick you back up with a great pick to close out our beginning of the Halloween season. Let's check out Hocus Pocus 2.
I like how Glenn had to use that.
I banish thee from Salem forever.
They were right to fear thee. Magic has a way of uniting Happy 16th birthday, child.
I have a gift for my favorite customers.
Watch.
Legend has it, it's on the 16th birthday that a witch gets her powers.
Lock up your children! Yes, Salem, we're back!
Gilbert, where did you get that candle? We have to get out of here. The witches will be here any second. Ah! The book is alive.
He woke up?
If we intend to live past sunrise, we have to steal their souls.
Whoa, wait, can we talk about this?
No. We must fly!
Not to freak out. The vengeful maniac obsessed with getting revenge on Salem sounds very bad for Salem.
We should get some salt.
Why? So we taste better when they eat us?
Spread out.
That's not 6 feet under.
Stop! I am a good zombie.
I'm a good zombie. Oh, wait, look at that. Way to bring up the mood. Hocus Pocus 2. I'm very, very excited. This is one of my wife's favoriteest movies. And the holiday season, the Halloween season is coming up. And this is kind of a perfect it's coming up. What are you talking about?
It's been here for 2 months.
What do you mean it's been here for 2 months?
As soon as Spirit Halloween opens, Glenn, that's when it starts.
I guess if you're a normal human.
I maybe call me old fashioned, but I like to celebrate the holiday in the month that it's supposed to be celebrated in. Maybe I'm a weirdo. I guess I'm a weirdo. Am I a weirdo? You guys think I'm a weirdo?
It seems like in this chat you are.
I'm the odd one out again. Hocus Pocus 2. Thoughts? Kuya P. You were smiling. What's going on? What do you think?
So yeah, Heather and I were able to watch this movie early, and we will have our review up this week for the film. For me, I recalled the original, but it was never like my annual film I would watch like a lot of other people, like it is for Heather. My daughter is a huge fan of it, so she actually watched it and brought over her friend. We all kind of watched it together, and I enjoyed it, but you'll learn more in our review. But not having seen the original, I may or may not go check it out, but you'll find out in my review. But I had a good time with this.
Ooh, okay, with the trailer, so you're intrigued, huh?
Yeah.
Heather, what are you thinking?
Go subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I think I only get one soapbox per episode.
Oh, only
good promo though. I like that. Go check out the rest of our stuff. That gives
go check it out when it can drop. I think it can drop on the 29th. I think is when it can drop.
Yeah. Oh, so you have inside knowledge already. You can neither confirm nor deny whether you have inside knowledge.
Well, we already said
we received like many others, we received a screener over the weekend. What other than that, we cannot say anything. But Kuya P and I did just like right before this record, and it all starts with grabbing that salty soapbox and getting up on there. So.
Interesting. Well, I have no soapbox, but I do have thoughts. And it looks kind of interesting. It looks like they've updated it. I think Bette Midler, she's timeless talent, who is pretty pretty amazing. Everything that I have heard about Bette Midler has been solid. I don't know if you guys have ever read Jennifer Lewis's book. Famous Black actress, singer, dancer extraordinaire, amazing person,
outspoken.
Outspoken or whatever. And Bette was, during her time, Bette was like the woman. And it just seems like I don't know what their relationship was, but to me it seemed like she was kind of an inspiration and she really like held her down or whatever. So that always stuck with me, and I always had appreciate that because Jennifer Lewis is one of like our black icons, you know what I mean, from back in the day. So with that, being said, if you're cool with Jennifer, you're cool with me. And then seeing this is like, ooh, get to, see her again. Get to see Sarah Jessica Parker reprise her role. And then the other sister who the name is escaping me right now. It's cool to see it updated. I like the new cast, the new witches, the new young witches in there. So I'm very interested to see how they play it and update Salem for these times, in these trying times for women, as you know. Yeah, that's my thoughts. I'm very excited for it. I can't wait to kick off the Halloween season checking this out.
Think you could do a whispering review for it too once it finally
I think I could probably muster that. I think
we haven't had a whispering review from you in a minute.
I haven't whispered. You know why? Because I got the studio now. I ain't got to whisper. I could yell as loud as I
that
want
is right.
in the studio.
That is right.
Switch it up. Making it a yelling review.
I'll still whisper because I like the dynamic of it.
Okay.
So, and it's Halloween, so you don't want to raise your voice too loud. Might say the wrong thing and invoke a spirit, and next thing you know, you're getting turned into a cat. This also has my man Sam Richardson in it, who is hilarious. And I just think he's one of the best up and coming actors. I don't know. He's everything I see him in. He's hilarious to me. So I'm very excited to see how he
Yeah. FYI, Kathy Najimy was the other Sanderson sister.
Thank you. So there you go. The other Sanderson sister. So Sanderson sisters are going to be in the house, and there you have it. Those are our picks for this week. I think we did good. We took you on an emotional roller coaster, as we do just about every week. This was a big dipper, though. This was a pretty big emotional roller coaster. You have to be at least this tall to ride this emotional roller coaster.
I like that.
Shit, I'm too short.
Yeah, don't be too short. We just don't want you to get hurt. But okay. I think we done good. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the picks? I guess we got to rate them. What do you think? What did I do? I haven't done my picks in a while. What do y'all think? What do I get for this?
It was a very interesting one for me.
So this is just a smorgasbord of films for the week, like in totality. Shout out to boys if you want to watch a good queer film. I wish we got that one as a screener. Just saying. Looking at you. I think it was NBC. And looking at you, NBC. But there's just this really great dynamic of films out this. So I'm going to give it like a 3/4 because some of it I wouldn't be for reasons that I also can't say and or confirm or deny. I'm going to give it a 3/4.
Okay, so it's still slightly to the upside. All right. What about you, Clea? Are you marking me down? You're marking me up?
I like how Heather pulled out the 3 3/4 because she couldn't give it all the way up or down. Yeah. So, damn,
that's an old Star Search reference. 3 3/4 stars. Man,
I like that a lot. I might have to just tag with Heather on that and give it a 3 3/4 as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Since you introduced that, Heather, and if I have to, or unless I'm forced to,
so now we're at the quarter point. So we've got the negative, the all right.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a negative at all. I think
she's saying we have that in the repertoire for
we can't.
How bad things are. We have a full dial now that you can turn up and down.
180 degrees of decision making here.
So I have to tag with Heather.
The Star Search 3 3/4 stars. 3 1/4 star.
Yeah.
All right.
Glenn totally aging himself just a wee bit there.
Oh damn. No one else knows about Star Search.
No, I know.
I'm with you. Of course I know.
Y'all know about it. Y'all are just as old as I am, I think.
No, so to give a very quick reference to our review. No, don't worry, Mouse. Don't worry, Mickey. I'm not gonna share anything, just from my words. I was just like, we all start 29 years later, and I'm just like, God damn it. Hocus Pocus was there at the beginning in the theater. God damn it.
There you go. And now you're here. You'll probably watch this at home, I'm guessing, right?
Yes, it is available on streaming on September 30th.
All right. Well, I liked my picks. I give them 2 thumbs up. I give them all the way up. Turn the dial all the way up. So you guys are here. I'm here. I think that's a successful week, man. I think
Absolutely.
I can't be upset at that. Heather, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on the tweeters at NerdIsAHeather and on TikTok and Instagram at Heather is a Nerd.
Nice. Kuya P.
You can find me in person with Glenn Lawrence at the Fright Reads Book Festival, which is in Maryland somewhere. I should have caught that as well. Somewhere in Maryland. But myself, along with Glenn, will be there. I'll be talking all about Lumpia with a Vengeance and the legendary Lumpia Squad. And I believe Glenn will be talking to some of the great creative talents at the Fright Reads Book Festival as well.
There we go.
And so outside of that, online, the Legend Kuya P on Twitter, TikTok, and IG. And of course, here with Heather and Glenn and the whole squad at the NRW and at Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world.
Nice. And of course, I am Glenn Lawrence. You can find me at Glenn Levels Up on Twitter, Glenn Lawrence Comedy on Facebook and IG, levelupcomedy.com. If you want a little chuckle or laugh, yeah, man. You know what it is. Nerds, we rule in the world. And we're out for this week. Peace, y'all.
Recording. Ready, Glenn?
Whew. All right, let me get my hair together.
You look gorgeous. Gorgeous.
How does my hair look? What do you think about my hair, guys?
Looks good.
It doesn't matter what you think about. Okay, that was the other conversation. I'm sorry.